Hello and welcome to AirgunWeb.com and our series called Take Aim. It's finally here. We're going to take a look at our BT65 and 25 caliber, this time using the Hawke Sidewinder Tactical 4.5 to 14 by 42 scope. I've taken our updated combo out to the range a couple times and got some really great results. Before we get to the good stuff, however, let's go over some of the details on the Hawke Sidewinder Tactical. The bottom line is that this is an expensive scope. But the question we're asking is, does it make a difference when it comes to putting lead on target? And in my personal opinion, yes it does. Especially as the day grows on and the eyes get tired. This model of the Sidewinder Tactical is the 4.5 to 14 by 42 side focus with an illuminated half mil dot etch glass reticle. Now on paper there are some other scopes that should beat those specs for about half the price. But all you need to do is look through the Hawke and you'll see why it's a better scope. The clarity and brightness of the sight picture is what will blow you away. Regardless of the range, you can easily focus the entire field of view into perfect clarity with no eye fatigue. The half mil dot reticle is finely detailed and is perfectly superimposed on the target. If you need a bit of contrast on a dark target, the scope has both red and green variable illumination. What I noticed as compared to the previous scope was that the level of detail highlighted my own shortcomings. For example, trying to hold over using the half mil dot markings clearly showed me that I need more practice being stable on target. The shot is only as good as the shooter pulling the trigger. With this gear I have all the tools. Now I know where I need to improve to make the most use of them. The other day I took my BT65 out into the desert and set it for some shooting. I topped off before each shot group to around 2700 psi, which is about optimal for my gun. I was shooting from a shooting table and using a rifle rest. And I'm shooting the JSB Exact King 25.4 grain pellets, which average around 970 feet per second at the muzzle, generating 53.08 foot-pounds of energy. There's definitely a noticeable smack every time the pellet impacts a steel trap. This is certainly hitting the target with some serious authority. Our first shot group was shot at 25 yards and measures only 0.356 inches center to center. Our next group was shot at 50 yards and would have been an excellent group had one shot not gotten away from me. Even with the pulled shot, it was still under 3/4 of an inch center to center. For my last group, I stretched things out to 80 yards and shot a mere 0.957 inches center to center. The wind was starting to pick up left to right, and I figured that 80 yards was going to be good enough for now. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. $420 is a lot of money to spend on a scope, but for that $420 you get a great product that's certainly a cut above the rest. Now I've by no means tested every option out there, but I've tested enough to know that I really like what I see here with Hawke. I had the opportunity to speak with Hawke at the SHOT Show, and they confirmed that they sell a lot of these scopes to airgunners, and I'm not surprised. Whether you're shooting field target, bench rest, or just out for a day of hunting, it has all the features and clarity that'll help you get the most from your airgun. Well, this wraps up another episode of Take Aim. I want to say a special thank you to Hawke Sport Optics for providing this great product for us to review and test. I also want to thank Pyramid Air for sponsoring our channel and this series. Be sure to visit my website, which is www.airgunweb.com, for a list of all the items we used in this video, along with their related links. Until next time, this is Rick Utzer with AirgunWeb.com. Thanks again for watching.